My name is Howard Davis, principal at Scotlandville Magnet High School. We'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you to Scotlandville Magnet High School. And just a little bit about our school. We are a multi-purpose school. We have traditional schools. We have several other programs, including our magnet program, our academic magnet, our engineering magnet. We have a component that takes care of business, entrepreneurship, and law. We want Scotlandville to be the best it can be, and we want all our kids to have success in school. We would like to have our programs do well. We would like to add some programs where our traditional kids have more opportunities and with vocations.
You mentioned a magnet school. Explain what that is and what separates your school from other schools.
The other schools have really good magnets. For example, they're mostly academic magnets, but we have an engineering magnet where our kids can come and concentrate nothing but on engineering. Then we have an academic magnet where overall academics are stressed. We also have a business component where kids can get trained in entrepreneurship and looking forward to owning their own businesses. And the same thing in our law, where we have a component where we do the mock trials and we compete in mock trial competitions. We also have a robotics element where we our kids get to compete in their robotics competition against other schools in and outside of the district.
What kind of response have you had from both students and parents to the magnet school concept?
Evidently it's pretty good because we've outgrown our facility here. We're the second largest population-wise in the district, and right now we are being granted another building for next year to try to accommodate. We have teachers that are floating right now. We have T buildings that we're trying to open up for the second semester. So we're trying to be able to take in and accommodate a large number of schools. We're 1,300 plus now.
All right, guys, we're going to go and continue talking about molecular formulas. We're going to go do a quick little experiment here. We're going to do a quick little chemical reaction. Well, you guys guess. This reaction is going to involve oxygen, and it's going to involve a type of ignition. So what type of reaction is that going to be? Combustion. So we're going to have a combustion reaction here. We're going to start off with a hydrocarbon. We're going to start off with isopropanol alcohol. This is the chemical formula. How many carbon atoms do we have? How many hydrogen? 8. How many oxygen? 1. Okay. What's already inside this bottle? Oxygen. Okay, so we're going to add that into the formula as well. We're going to add in just regular elemental oxygen. And what we're going to do is we're going to add the hydrocarbon in there. Now when we do this, I don't want it in liquid form. I want to try to turn it into a vapor the best that I possibly can. So what I'm going to do is fill it up a little bit like this. I'm going to spin the bottle around just a little bit. What I'm doing is I'm coating the sides of it, and it's causing a lot of it to go into a vapor form really, really quick because it's being spread out. Some of it's evaporating and spreading into a vapor form. If you look in there now, do you see any water running or any liquid running around there now at all? No. It's all been collected on the sides, and many of it has gone into vapor, into a liquid vapor, or into a gas. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add our source of ignition and actually create the reaction. Then we're going to look and see what elements or what compounds do you think we're left with when we're done. All right, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, start with the lights on first and see how this looks. Well, okay, so we have a bit of a reaction there. What did you guys see? First of all, what did you hear? Yeah, you heard that sound, that rushing of air sound. What do you suppose that was? Oxygen coming in or oxygen coming out? Okay. Now, is it in the form of oxygen anymore? Because once we've ignited it, it's no longer oxygen. What do you think it became? Let's look over here. What compound do you think we created when we did that? Well, the sound coming out was the air. What kind of air was it? Carbon dioxide. So that's where some of our carbon went to. Carbon dioxide, that was what the gas was that left. Now, what are we left with inside here? We notice that our liquid is now reinformed, hasn't it? Yes. What is that in there? Water.
This is my second year at Scotlandville Magnet High School. I teach both civil engineering and architecture and honors chemistry. Today's lesson is going to be on chemical reactions, and we're going to watch a chemical reaction, how it occurs, and then we're going to look at the molecular, on the molecular level, what's occurring with the formulas involved as well. Create a chemical reaction.
And what do the students learn from this?
They're going to learn how to take a molecule and break it apart into other substances. They're going to start with a hydrocarbon and oxygen, and it's going to give them water and carbon dioxide at the end.
What kind of a foundation does this class give these students?
Well, being an honors class, most of our students will be going from here to a four-year university. And our job is to prepare them so that when they walk into chemistry that first year in college, that they will feel very comfortable in knowing that they have a good background to build upon.
I've learned a lot of things. I learned how to bond molecules, and he also taught us the crisscross methods and the scientific methods from the beginning of the semester to this semester.
What are your plans for college and a career?
My plans for college are to go to a four-year college and become a doctor.
And what do you like the most about attending school here at the Magnet School?
What I like most is the teachers and learning new stuff and improving in my studies.
I need to know chemistry to go on to the next level, and I learned to name chemical formulas and to break them down.
What are your plans for college and a career?
To go to a four-year university and then go into law school and study law.
What do you like about attending school at the Magnet School here?
The honors program and like how the teachers really interact with the children.
I really enjoy the staff I work with, and the students are fantastic.
My name is John Jenkins. I teach digital electronics, and today the kids are building a system, a circuit on multi-sims, and the VEX Robotics kids are demonstrating a VEX robot.
Tell us, how do they make it?
How do they make it? By hand. They actually construct it using pieces, and they have to program it also to work.
What do the kids learn by building the robot and making it run?
Well, they learn how to solve problems, one, and two, they learn how to actually get electronics to work the way they want it to work.
What's the value in this type of a program?
With the world going towards electronics these days, the value is big. This is where the employment is headed. This is where they'll probably get a job at, as being electrical engineer, architects, mechanical. This is the move.
What will this class prepare the students to do?
This class will prepare the students to see if they're interested in being electrical engineers, whether or not they want to be a civil or mechanical engineer, or if they want to attempt some other field of education when they go to college.
What do you like the most about teaching at a Magnet School?
The children. I love the children. They're very excited, very intelligent, and very motivated.
This class I'm taking right now is digital electronics. The reason I'm taking it, I want to see my interest will be going to the digital electronic field once I go to college.
What have you learned so far in the class?
I learned many different aspects about digital electronics. I'm really going to take a lot of these skills I learned from Mr. Jenkins to the next level, not even just college, probably a career in digital electronics, but wire, just different things in different fields.
Would you recommend this class to other students?
Oh, absolutely. It's a great opportunity because a lot of kids don't ever have the chance to go in this field or think about going in this field of engineering.
What are your plans for college and a career?
Currently, my plans for college is to go in mass communication, but I also have an interest in engineering. So I'm going to find a way to connect those two interests and have go in the field, being an engineer and being in mass communications.
What do you like the most about attending a Magnet School?
Just the diversity of students. We have many different students from the engineering, from the law, from the business. Just many different type groups of students we get to interact with. And in the end, just Scotlandville being a great school overall, having that school spirit, it's just a great high school experience overall.
Robotics is not as easy as you might think. The program is very complicated. It takes many days, sometimes many hours, just to get where you want to be with it. We had a lot of struggles, but so far we're getting where we want to be, and hopefully we're going to go to this competition and at least come in second, but we want to come in first.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I'm not really done deciding yet, but I want to go to MIT, and I want to major in architectural engineering, design, and I also want to do culinary.
What do you like the most about attending a Magnet School?
Well, the prestige honor, I guess. It's, well, you have everything you could possibly need, especially at Scotlandville. We have best engineering program, we have robotics, we have business, we have law, we have everything any student could need just to be here.
That's always amazing to watch these kids these days deal with technology and And you can see where they're going with technology. They're so far advanced than where kids used to be. It's just a pleasure to see them work with it and understand where they're going. And someday you're looking at some kids who maybe put this in orbit, maybe.
Today's lesson is titled Classifying Organisms. You're going to receive 6 different organisms, and you are to classify them in hierarchical order from highest to lowest. This is a regular biology class, and today's lesson is going to be on classifying organisms. Just your basic biology. Throughout the whole year, we start out talking about themes that go on to cells, genetics, evolution, and now we're on classification.
What does biology prepare students for, both in college and for their careers?
Depending on what they want to major in, it can prepare them to be more interested in the biology coursework and learn more about themselves.
Tell us what advantages do students have coming to this magnet high school compared to maybe a regular high school?
There are a lot of programs that are available for the students here, be it engineering, law, business, and several other areas. There are a lot of programs that are available for the students here at our school.
How many years have you been teaching at the school, and what do you like about it?
I came to Scotlandville in 1992, and I just love the students, I love the faculty, I love the staff, I love teaching here.
I learned about species, organisms, and decomposers, consumers, and stuff like that, you know.
What do you like about biology?
I like everything about biology.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I plan on being a science teacher.
I learned about organisms and other different types of plants.
What do you like about biology?
I like learning about the plants and organisms I didn't know about.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I want to be a track star.
What about attending school here at the magnet school? What's the benefit of coming to a magnet school?
I just like it.
Oh, the back is just saying about the breaking and saying about treating us.
I teach anatomy and physiology, and today's lesson is on bones. They're on the skeletal system. We're doing at the clinic, and it's an activity that we do every 2 weeks. They're doing clinicals, so they're analyzing case scenarios of patients.
What does this teach the students to learn?
It teaches and engages the students in higher order thinking skills. They're doing analysis, they're doing application, so it's teaching them a number of what we consider to be higher order thinking skills, as far as them being able to take what we've taught them subject matter wise and applying it to everyday life and issues that arrive in everyday life that they're going to encounter. Who doesn't encounter anything or something about the human body? We all have one.
Okay. Tell us how many years you've been teaching here and what you like about it.
I've been here 5 years, and what I love about it is the students. Love the students. I love how engaged they become in the lessons. I love the way that they light up when they've learned something new. It's just a wonderful place to be. These are some of the most engaging kids I've ever encountered as far as teaching goes. They also engage me in the lesson because they take me further. When they're asking me something, they're able to reach outside of the subject matter and relate it to something that I probably never would have thought the subject matter would have related to.
What's the advantage of a magnet school?
Well, I think the advantages of a magnet school is the different programs that we have for the students. They're able to probably take classes that would probably not be offered in a traditional setting, such as the anatomy and physiology. I think all of them will go on to the workforce. As far as college goes, magnet program-wise, we're looking at somewhere from probably 93% to 95%. Those are engaged in the magnet program because it's actively preparing for, college courses. Most of them are Core 4 students. So they are enrolled in classes that are going to allow them to enter into a 4-year university.
I have learned that our DNA, we have multiple DNA strands.
What are you planning to do for college and a career?
Petroleum engineering and something dealing with chemistry.
What do you like about attending the magnet school?
I mean, I have fun every day, learn something new every day.
I'm a senior at Scotlandville Magnet High School, and I'm in biology 2 right now. I love science. Like, I want to major in it when I get in college or whatever. And
what have you learned so far?
I've pretty much learned a lot since, but I've been in her class since my 10th grade year. So I'm pretty much learning about the bones and body right now. So it's pretty cool.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I plan on majoring in biology, actually, and becoming a forensic scientist.
What do you like about attending the magnet school?
I'd say the diversity of all the students and, like, the differences between us, and it's like you meet new people every day because you don't see everybody every day, so I guess it's just fun.
You may take your seats. Counselors, are both parties ready to proceed? The prosecution may begin with the opening statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is a very serious case. A loving husband is dead, and the accused wife stands before us today, her life hanging in the balance. This is a case of manipulation. What you will find out today, what we will prove today, is that the defendant has manipulated her husband, her counselor, and she intends to manipulate this court. She wants to convince us that she is not the victim. She was the predator from the very beginning. Her husband was murdered in cold blood in a planned out manner. When this case is over, we, the prosecution, ask that you return with only one verdict: guilty of first-degree murder. Do not allow her manipulation to continue.
This is a law studies class at Scotlandville Magnet High School, and as you can see behind me, the classroom is set up like a courtroom for the most part, and we use this part of the classroom for mock trials.
What does the American government class consist of in this classroom?
The American government class consists of, it's basically a civics class. We go more in detail with the three branches of government, including the bureaucracy and the presidency, the legislative branch, and the judiciary.
What do the students learn by participating in the mock trial?
By participating in the mock trial, they're able to practically apply the information that we learn as far as the role of the judges, the attorneys, the witnesses, and how those parts, how they work in the judicial process.
Why is this important for students to learn, particularly at the high school level?
Well, many of the students that I teach have a great interest in the law and legal professions, and it gives them a taste of what the law is all about. And again, it's really about the practical side of it, because when they get a taste of it, they have a better idea of what they actually want to do in the future. It's not just an idea, it's more of a real thing to them.
What kind of response have you had from the students and their parents?
The kids are great. I think I teach some of the best students in the world. The parents are very involved. We stay in contact, and it's a lot of fun.
As a freshman, what I like about this class is that we're very outspoken and get to speak our mind and learn a lot of new things.
As a freshman at the Magnet School, what do you think of the school so far?
I like it. It's a real new experience. Learn a lot of new things.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I plan to major in criminal justice, become a lawyer.
How does the mock trial help you?
It helps me become a better person, I feel, learn a lot of new things about law.
I'm a senior here at Scotlandville Magnet High School. I am the judge at Scotlandville's mock trial today. Today's trial will consist of Dominique and her prosecution and her defense. We will go through cases and questions here today.
What is going to be the nature of the mock trial?
The nature will consist of Dominique trying to prove her innocence through a case of insanity or abuse or battery. By participating in mock trial, I learned that cases do have both sides. They do have defense and prosecution, that each side has a chance to bring their witnesses up, and both have a chance to move things in the situation so they may win that case.
What have you learned about not only the judiciary, but all branches of government through this class?
I have learned that the judiciary is the highest branch and I learned about the executive branch and the legislative branch as well.
What do you like about attending the Magnet High School?
What I like about attending the Magnet High School is that the teachers are very involved. They help you a lot with your schoolwork and get you through.
What are your plans for our college and a career?
My plans for college career, actually, I'm going to Mississippi State. I already joined the Army. I am private first class plumbing, U.S. Army.
Very good. You have 6 department managers under you. So this is who you're sending this memo out to. Okay? All right. In the from line, it's going to be from you. Your name is going to go there. Okay? And the reason, hey, what does reason mean again in a memorandum? What's the purpose of that line, reason? Exactly. Telling the 6 managers why you're sending this memorandum out. Okay? And we're going to use today's date. Always the current date. Okay? All right. And underneath here, you can delete all of that. This is where your 2 paragraphs are going to be typed. Okay? This is Principles of Marketing, where we go through the basic elements of teaching the students the basics of principles of marketing.
And what type of training is this for students once they get out of school?
Many of the students stress that they would like to own their own businesses one day. So this is the course where we teach them the basics of what it takes to be an entrepreneur or whatever it is they want to go into business. Today's lesson is teaching the kids, the students, management skills and what does it take and what involves effective management skills.
What kind of response have you had from the students so far?
Very good responses, such as the 3 levels of management, 2 different main types of management structures, and they actually did a chart. If they had to choose a management structure, which one would they choose and why did they choose this one? So today what they're doing is they're typing up, they put themselves in the position of that they are a top manager. And what they've overseen their 6 department managers, they are sending a memo out to their 6 department managers in regards to delegating responsibility a little bit more.
What does this prepare and train the students for?
This prepares the students to communicate effectively. Again, skills of management, learning skills of management, and whatever it is in the business aspects, the business area that they want to go into, building those basic elements of business. My philosophy of it is that don't doubt yourself. If you put forth the effort and give me a chance to teach you those skills, you can learn anything that you set your mind to. A magnet school is where you reach your highest potential, okay? I believe that regardless of who you are, every student has potential, but we may not see the fullest of the potentials being exercised. So at a magnet school, I think we can get every potential exposed and helping that student reach the highest level.
I'm a sophomore here at Scotlandville Magnet High School, and today we're learning about the types of structures of businesses, vertical and horizontal. And we're really talking about, like, if we were at the top management and we noticed that our supervisors weren't doing what they're supposed to do, we were writing a memo to them, telling them about delegating some of their responsibilities to their employees instead of trying to work it out all on their own.
What have you learned so far in this business class?
A lot. Really, we've learned how to run a business, how businesses are set up, and how to, especially teamwork. That's the main thing.
What are your plans for college and a career?
In college, I want to do kinesiology. I want to be a sports medicine trainer, but I mean, I need to learn business too, just in case I want to open up my own physical therapy business one day.
What's the value in attending a magnet school such as this?
I would have to say the work you get, because it teaches you how to work hard and work for everything that you earn, and how to block out distractions when you're trying to reach a specific goal.
I took this class because it's a part of our curriculum and it teaches me a lot about business.
What have you learned so far in this class?
I've learned that I learned a lot. I learned about responsibility. I learned about teamwork. A lot. It's a lot to explain.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I plan to go to college, a 4-year university in New Orleans. I plan to major in nursing or biology pre-med.
Went to wait on Miss Leafold because she just had her baby girl. We're going to begin to look at some of the themes that were present during this time period, the racial strife that is going on in America and how it affected the literature of the time period. And you all know that that's also been an ongoing theme in the Harlem Renaissance, in the literature and the poetry of who that we just finished? Langston Hughes, thank you. Today we're going to begin with the help. I'll start reading, and then we'll do popcorn where you read a paragraph, one person chooses a paragraph or reads a paragraph, and then you pass to the next person. Racial strife is something that was so heavily laced in American culture that it was hard to avoid having your literature being laced with that same theme, okay? And you'll see that in the help. August 1962. Somebody tell me what else was going on in the country in 1962.
Civil rights.
The civil rights movement. Is this pre-integration or post-integration? Post-integration? Pre-integration. It's still pre-integration because we still couldn't go to the same schools. This is before the integration of public schools. So you know that in Jackson, Mississippi, which is the setting of this novel, is there going to be a lot of racial unrest? Absolutely. Are we going to see the theme of inequality and injustice? Yes. Absolutely. All right, here we go. May Mobley was born on an early Sunday morning in August 1960. A church baby, we like to call it. Today's lesson is about the Harlem Renaissance and the theme of ongoing racial strife in this country and how it affected contemporary literature. The novel they're reading now is The Help by Catherine Stockett, which also covers the theme of racial strife in America during the Civil Rights Movement. In the novel, you have your main characters who are the help during that time period, and they were all African-American women, and it tells about their treatment by white society in Jackson, Mississippi. This novel will culminate into a field trip to Alcorn State University, where we will be able to view the Medgar Evers statue, and we will also be going to Jackson, Mississippi, to the Medgar Evers Museum.
In this class, we're learning a lot of things. We're learning about, we do vocabulary each week, and we're learning new vocabulary based off of context clues, comparison clues, contrast clues, things like that, for example, and all those things like that. As of now, of course, as she was just saying, we were learning things about the Harlem Renaissance and stuff like that.
What do you like about the English literature class here at the Magnet School?
Pretty much, I like the teachers. They're teaching good, and I'm learning every year.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I plan on majoring in engineering, and if by chance, I love to do a lot of drama, so if I could do drama, I would love to do that.
The thing I like the most about the English class is that we learn a lot about literature and our background, and we discuss a lot on, we learn a lot of things dealing with, we read a lot, and we learn a lot of things dealing with the books and stuff like that, and we do a lot of writing in this class too.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I plan on majoring in pre-med and biology and going to medical school.
If they're looking for a structured environment where we can come and get our students to do the things we want them to do, if they want their students in that kind of environment, then we would suggest sending them to Scotlandville. We feel like they do, though, because we have a lot of people trying to get in Scotlandville.
Yeah. If people have questions or like more information, what should they do?
They should call the school and let us, whatever department they're interested in. We have coordinators from each one of those departments. They just call and speak to myself, and I can guide them in the right direction.